least our country too small for that.
When I was younger, all our ambition was to be definitely not German. You know, I mean that's also part of our burden that we had to struggle with the. You know, we're still confronted when we went abroad with, you know, debates and arguments about the German guilt, and we felt it. I'm old enough to have felt this, so I always wanted to go away and really be somewhere else. And I remember when I was very young, I read James Joyce's Portrait of an Artist, and he says about being Irish, the best thing you can do is silence, exile, and cunning. You know, so you just shut up about your country, you go away, and you have to be clever about it. And I thought that was a very wise way of dealing with nationality.
Well, maybe that is something that most European countries in their debate on identity and literature have in common, because this is a debate which is being held as well in France, and I think in the Netherlands. I mean, all European writers in a way, and I've spoken to a lot of them, say, well, I can't give a positive definition. They can define it in a kind of negative way, like you now inform us from the debate in Germany. We are made of the voices from the immigrants. That is a way of defining, which is, of course, saying, well, we are afraid of defining something positive, isn't it?
Yeah, but then when you go away, you think, oh, thank God I'm away. Don't have to be German anymore. Let's try to be Irish, for example, or something else. You know.
Yeah.
But then there, of course, you meet people who find exactly these German stereotypes in you that you thought you'd left behind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like saying, well, I don't know what is a European. Go to China and you know immediately what it is to be a European.
And you do actually know, don't you? I mean, when I was in America for a couple of years, I didn't know exactly what it meant to be European. And it was little things. It was, you know, hearing church bells in the center of the cities, which they don't have, or reading newspapers, or hearing a variety of languages within a few square kilometers. That you know, these sort of details that they sort of composed being European for me, and I suddenly knew exactly what it meant.
I definitely know what the Middle Europe means to me. This is we have in all the countries have this tradition of this really fat food with this knödel. There's something really like knödel plus Europa, which goes to the Ukraine. That's very interesting where it ends. That's in the Western Ukraine. Still, in Uzhhorod you can eat knödel, in Kiev not. Yeah? But you can eat them in Weimar. So Goethe is a part of this knödel Europa. And it makes us really slowly moving a little bit. And if you drink a beer, how we do it, yeah, that's then difficult, but that's what we have kind of in common. This is this slowly moving in Middle Europe, maybe also slowly thinking this kind of for our Czechs or Austrians, it's really hard to move. Like for Germans, it's easier to move from Hamburg to that's what I know from my German friends, from Hamburg to Köln, for example. But for Czechs, it's very hard to move like from Brno to Prague, which is like 200 kilometers, because of these rules and friends and families. It's really, and beer, of course, breweries, and it's really too.
Why does it always be? Why are always Czech people are speaking 10 times in 5 minutes about beer?
And it's a kind of course, kind of stereotypes, but it's somehow we don't have so much thing we can export.
It's not only a joke, probably.
We can export. What we can export is maybe black humor and beer from the Czech Republic,
Okay.
and there are maybe 3 countries in Europe which are very good in making beers, and these 3 countries starts with B: Böhmen, Belgium, and Bavaria. That's also what we have actually.
Okay.
Almost
Okay.
with Belgium together.
One final serious question.
Okay.
Okay. Please, let's try. Huh? Okay. Earlier on we heard Ricardo and the others say, well, I'm feeling an outsider. All writers are in a way feeling aliens. I am incognito in my country. That's also a negative way of